okay, there may be some wind noise in this because I'm outside and there's wind. You get that sometimes. Now, I'm just heading down to the park here. I want to get some video footage for another video I'm making because, yes, believe it or not, our council has they plan to amend the bylaw to once again prohibit the flying of drones in parks. Unbelievable. What's wrong with these people? There have been, as far as I'm aware, there's been no incidents. No one's complained, and I've been flying drones in the parks for a couple of months now without any problems, but no, they can't let me do that. They've got to ban flying in the parks. So they're going to change the bylaw. Now I need to show people it's a stupid thing to do. The interesting thing is that you can't fly a tiny drone in the park, but you can ride a pocket bike. Yeah, I don't get it either. Anyway, that's another video you'll be able to see at another time. Okay, I was going to film this playground equipment here, but there are people there and they deserve their privacy. Also, you don't want to go flying around stuff when there's people around, so that's alright. It's a lovely day. Look at the lake. It's gorgeous. Bit of weed in there, but yeah. So I'll try and get some nice picturesque shots on the other side there. Nice slow flying with the mini quad and in preparation for spring. So yeah, it's nice to have these. It'll only be a half an hour, I suppose, but it's good to get a break out of the office and out of the studio to do that and get to meet people as well. So yeah, good. Here we go, a nest made of shopping bags and other assorted bits of plastic. Wonderful. Swan, oi. No, not talking today. There we go, ducks. See, Alan, you're not the only one who can get ducks. Look at them all, heaps of them. Here you go, it's just like spring today, gotta say. Very much like a spring day. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I think I'll go up here because there are some daffodils just coming into bloom up. You might do some low passes over the daffodils and see if it comes out alright. You never know. Some silver birch trees. A little bit of a slalom course. We'll do it nice and slowly for the scenic effect. Lovely picnic area here. Look at this over here. I don't know if you can see that bubbling cauldron of water down there, but that's actually it's not a boiling steam pool or something like that. It's actually water comes from the top of that dam. I might show you later, through a pipe and then pops up down the bottom here. Very interesting. That's a bit scruffy out there though. Unfortunately the ground is all wet. Too much rain, very poor draining soil, so it's actually hard to get to the places you want to go. Okay, I'll set up here, and as you can see, here's our daffodils over there. Not many of them out yet, but might come back a few days later, in a few days time, and see if it's any better. The people that were here are just leaving, so that's good. We don't have to worry about inconveniencing or upsetting people with the raucous noise of our slowly moving mini quad. So let's, light's actually quite good. Let's see how we get on. Okay, got the Runcam 3 today. I'll put it on the quad so that we get some nice HD video. Here we go, put some new props on the quad today so that I wouldn't get too many vibes, because it's had a few dings, this thing. Flew it hard on the weekend, so the props were a bit out of balance. This is actually a bit of a trick, getting this mount on here. Unfortunately, here we go. Ta-da, see that? Lovely. Beautiful that is. Gorgeous. Right. Transmit it. Ta-da. And of course I always bring with me, just in case I meet people who also have drones, some of these are the brochures that our Civil Aviation Authority have printed to tell you what you can and can't do and how to fly safely. So I always carry a bunch of these, and I've given quite a few away actually, from people who didn't know what the rules were and were interested in finding out the answers. So, yeah. Where are we? FPV glasses. There we go. Viola, as they say in India. Right. Where are we going here? Right. Plug them in, turn on the fan, because otherwise it'll be fogged up city. And these are the Aomway commanders, of course. Now I have to take my glasses off because I can't use the video goggles with my glasses on. Switches all set to the right place. And have I got the right model? Welcome to Tokoroa. This is still the original Free Sky transmitter. No, that's the right model. The original Free Sky transmitter that was sent for review all those years ago. Original software, everything. It has never let me down. There we go, turn on the Runcam. I'll get the angle, but have the angle down a bit because I'm not doing high speed. I'm just doing some nice little reconnoiters. Now, one thing I do know is I have to make sure I didn't get water on the lens of the Runcam. I did that last time. I was flying around, thought I had great footage, and it was just a blurry mess because on a takeoff the props had thrown some water up into the blades and that wasn't good. Okay, let's get some video. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, I landed then because I heard an aircraft. I don't know if you can see it in the sky because this is a wide angle lens, but you can hear an aircraft flying overhead, and whenever I hear an aircraft, even when I'm operating in an area like this where you're not going to get a plane flying this low, always land and just establish what the situation is. So that plane is should be at 1500 feet because it's flying over a built-up area, and I'm down here at, what was I, maybe 10 or 12 feet, going up to a maximum of maybe 20 feet. So it's a perfectly safe operation, and safety number one, of course. So that was the flight I wanted. Stop the Runcam. There we go. Unplug the battery. I got a reasonable flight time out of that. I still have plenty of battery left, but that's easy on the batteries when you don't push them too hard. Always do things on my DVR as well, because you never know when you might want that footage. And I might throw it in on the final video so you can see the FPV footage versus the actual live footage or the recorded footage, because one of the things that people get so upset about is, oh, you're spying on us, you know, this got this fancy camera, you know, you're gonna get pictures of me and my children and my backyard, my dog's bum and all that sort of stuff, which is, as we know, kind of silly. But I'm gonna do a video, oh, it's so wet here, I'm gonna do a video comparing the footage that I see and the footage that people think someone flying a drone sees, because obviously there is a huge difference. Now, I'd like to go over to a tree area over here, oops, excuse me, a tree area over here behind these flax bushes where I've flown before, because it's, you can let your hair down a bit over here, there's plenty of area and you can see if anyone's coming from a long way away, but it's still considered a shielded operation. But I can fly through those trees over there quite nicely, have a bit of fun, but it's just too boggy. The ground is so wet. You'd wonder why there was such wet ground when you consider there's drains running all through here. There's a big lake there. So why isn't the water draining off? It's probably because the soil here has got a base layer of a thing called rhyolite, which is a really impermeable, like a hard clay. So water tends to sit on top of that. It doesn't drain very well at all. So I might go to one of my other favourite places, which is these trees up here you've seen before in some of my videos. And I'll see if I can do some flying up there. You see this so far? Nobody's complained. No one even knows I'm here. So why would you want to ban that? And if the district council's watching this video, please tell me, what am I doing wrong? What am I annoying? What am I? Whose lives being put at risk? What danger do I represent to the public? And as I said before, if I'm allowed to ride a pocket bike here, you know, for 49cc motorbike, which is generally made in China and noisy as hell, if I can ride that here, and apparently that's okay, why can't I fly this? What the hell's wrong with these people? Right, so there we go. That was a little fly under the trees. Now some of you are probably going to say, "Ooh, hey, what are you doing? You haven't got an observer. How can you?" That civil aviation regulations say if you're flying FPV, you must have an observer, and especially if you're flying within 4 kilometres of an airfield or a helipad. And I would say, in some cases, probably yes. If someone was flying, I certainly would never fly FPV in a way that could pose a risk to anybody without an observer, because they have a purpose. But in this case, you've seen that I'm flying incredibly low, a little, usually below head height. I am flying well away from people, and I've got a good view. I mean, this is a really good FPV setup. I get a really good sharp image, so I can see if people are coming into the area. In fact, when I flew over by those trees just a moment ago, I saw some people, so I came back and landed. They didn't even know I was there, because I can see them before they can see me, so that's good. Now, if anyone wants to argue that what I'm doing is unsafe because I don't have an observer, then I invite them to do so. I put safety first, I really do, because I don't want to bring the hobby into disrepute, and I also don't want to hurt anybody. Now, you saw when that plane flew over, as I said, although there was 1,480 feet of vertical separation at the very lowest, was there really a threat to anyone? And I landed, heard the plane and landed, just to make sure. And I heard that plane coming long before it was able to be seen. I had this camera off, so I had to get the camera out, I had to power it up, I had to select the right, because sometimes it goes back to camera instead of still instead of video, and I had to capture that plane. And I did that, had plenty of time to do that after I'd landed. So this whole, observer required in a shielded operation, when you're flying below the tree canopy, is ridiculous. It's crazy, you don't need it. So the fact that I'm doing this, and no one has been killed, not even a little bit, no one's been even scared, no one's even been the slightest bit concerned, and no one's been endangered, kind of proves my assertion to CAA that that rule is unreasonably restrictive. And in the case of someone who chooses their environment carefully, knows what they're doing, has good quality gear, it is not necessary, absolutely not necessary. But that's a matter of, if you disagree, say so in the comments. I'd love to hear your opinion on that. Am I doing a bad thing by breaking the regulations so blatantly and openly, even though it doesn't jeopardise anybody at all? So, I don't know. It's nice and shady here. And I've flown here before, so, and I've got now, one of the problems we've got here is not only is it boggy, but if you look at these trees, it can be quite difficult to spot those unleaved branches that will grab your quad out of midair and throw it on the ground. So I'm probably not going to fly here at the moment. I might go further around where there's another area I can fly, because over here, as you can see, these trees can be hard to see through the FPV camera with this standard definition resolution. So yeah, I can imagine that I'd be doing a lot of walking if I was flying through here today. So we might just give that a bit of a miss, but hey, there you go. Ooh, birds. Now I will be coming back when the blossoms start coming out. It's going to look stupendous down here with all the blossoms on the trees, and I'll get some really good close, slow FPV footage from the mini quad. Oh no, hang on, I can't. They're going to ban flying in the parks. Now I'm about to set up a Facebook page for the big flying that we've sort of talked about, because I want some global support for that, because I need to let everybody, including the people in this town, let them all see how many of you are interested in coming or watching a live stream or whatever it may be, the videos. I want them to see how important this town is to many people around the world, and that if the council don't let us do what's best for the town, then the town ultimately are the ones who miss out, and that's not good enough. So as I'll be putting up a Facebook page, I'll do a video and I'll put a link in it so you can go there and voice your opinion, tell us if you're coming, tell us if you're going to watch the videos, whatever, and then I will point the business leaders of this town to that Facebook page and the locals, and they can see for themselves what they'll be missing out on if our council decides to use their, basically put their own personal dislikes ahead of the best interests of the something like 14,000 people in this town. And I don't think it'll go down too well if they say, no, we're not going to let you have this event because Bruce Simpson's organised it and we don't like him, which ultimately I think is the truth.